You know what I'm saying? But it still took faith. What the brother getting into, like, it still took faith to actually to do that. You know what I'm saying? To believe that, okay, look, if I don't do this, the Lord gonna kill me. You know, so we actually did that having faith. But continue.
Yeah, come around, like, that was the water, bro. The water, you know. Hey, they caught them Egyptians off guard, man. Okay, that was the night of the Passover. So it's
Same thing going on here,
exactly,
man.
bro.
Shit.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. It's gonna catch these people off guard, man. Even 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. See?
Instagram thoughts and scammers, niggas praying to ATMs. Y'all see that video? That nigga, this nigga had a rap video. He pulled out like a Muslim prayer rug and threw it in front of an ATM and bowed down, started praying to the scammer god or whatever. Niggas is Jake 2/3 they just got died, man. You know.
And that was like I was watching something today. One of the brothers was going into how oh no, I believe it was the apostle was going into the apostle was talking about how Jake was having sex with the Moabites unto Belshazzar or Peor. And that was a sex god, and they were doing sex acts, and they all had to be put to death. You know, Jake would go along with everything moving except for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I was just thinking when they were saying that, man, think about that. They took the lamb's blood and put it on the lintel, and the lamb passed over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Powerful.
That's powerful because he's the one that's gonna pass over again. You know, and this time, you know, both times it's gonna be spectacular. You know, like reading about that, and then our earnest expectation to see what's gonna come again. You know, it builds up like butterflies in your stomach, like not anxiety, but anticipation. You know, we want to see these things happen, man. Like, we like good movies, and it's the best movie going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We ready, like, even, you know, Lord willing, we endure unto the end and get to sip that yayan on the chariots with Yahweh Shai and embrace each other in the tears, you know, and that's our goal. But, you know, even if we don't make it there, we got to be like Abraham and not look back to Uz, you know, that lesson we went over. You got to die faithful, you know, towards the kingdom, so that the first in Yahweh Shai or the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first.
Yeah. You know, and the scriptures also say in Mark 9 that there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they have seen the kingdom come with power. So, hey, as a man of the Lord, it's a win-win situation. Yeah. If you get, like Paul said, he was stuck betwixt two because he would, you know, he didn't mind passing on to the spirit world because then he would be with Yahweh Shai. But on the other hand, it was more needful for him to be here on the earth to preach the gospel. You know, and that's the mindset brothers have. So, you know, like even Isaiah 57:1, you know, when the righteous perishes, no man considers that he is taken away from the evil to come. So, you know, like the brother said, you know, if you die in the Lord, you're gonna be risen first. So, you know, that's what we believe. That's what you have to believe. You know.
That's only two options for us.
Yeah, because look, if you pass, you know, you go to the spirit world and you are the elect, you're gonna end up on a chariot. If you endure to the end, you're gonna end up on a chariot, which is, you know, that's what we're getting into. To the chariots being you know, the protection and ultimately the salvation that we need to get up out of here. You know. You had something you read? Or would you read?
It's a little bit more.
An article.
Yeah, a little
like
it. Okay. It says, the reality is that the U.S. government is interested in what's going on around in the skies, and if it could be something that we need to defend ourselves against. Hey, y'all need to be shooting those.
Yeah, y'all need to shoot those. They're multiplying. It's one. Oh, it's four. Yeah, there's a video. Apostles did videos where they had there's a video of some chariots where they started multiplying and whatnot. But you had some bugged out nigga talking about, you know, calling the cops and the chariots need to be getting shot down or whatever. When in and that's the salvation of the nation of Israel. And you know, in ancient Egypt, the whole nation was delivered. But on this go around, the Lord, a nigga talk about shooting down the chariots, man. You gotta leave that nigga here, man. You know what I'm saying?
You think that you think a gun that a cop gonna have is gonna deal with a chariot? Like just even if you just on some movie shit, like you a dumb bugged out nigga, but you seen Independence Day, you think a gun gonna like man? Come on, you're putting your faith in Esau.
Yeah.
You're scared of that, which you should be, but it should move you to get right. But instead, you turn to your father, say
it
the devil.
It should be a healthy fear instead of the fear, the fear that Esau has when they think about or see or encounter a so-called UFO. All right.
So it says, it has said that the government is trying to defend against it because they know that them chariots, they know they're the chariots of the Lord. You know, that's why they say UFO. You know, because they don't want people to know. But they know the scriptures, man. Okay, they know we're the Israelites. That's why they're trying so hard to try to kill us, and they're trying to fight against Yahweh Shai when he returns. But I was gonna read real quick Isaiah 47 and 3. No, I'm sorry. And 3. Yep. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen." So it's coming out that you Edomites know about them chariots, man. You know, you had Trump that released all the documents and everything. Everybody now knows, the government already knows about the chariots. You know, all the information, and now it's out there. It says, so Esau, you're exposed on every level. It says, "I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." So Esau, you're not going to defend yourself against the Lord when he returns, man. Okay, you're gonna lose miserably. You know.
If I may read this precept. This is Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll." And that's what the chariots were compared to being a flying roll in certain instances. Because you got chariots that come in different shapes and sizes, different colors and whatnot. But this one was like a flying roll. And he said unto me, "What seest thou?" And I answered, "I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it." And the house of the thief is where we're at right now, Babylon the Great. You know, because you got the land that was stolen itself. You got people that was stolen from a different continent, being Israelites, brought to America, as well as everything about this place steals from the whole planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? America steals the resources of all these other countries, steals money. It's just corrupt.
We even say the souls
of men. Yeah. You know, if you want to find that in Revelation 18.
Yeah, it says, "A thief cometh not but to
steal, kill, and destroy."
Yeah.
John 10:10. Yeah, Revelation 18 and verse
18.
like 16.
18. Well, you can start at like 10 or something.
Oh, it's like 13.
Yeah. If you want to start at 10.
Okay. This is Revelation 18:10. "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come."
Yeah, 1 hour, man. Letting you know that, hey, the Lord is furious with this place. To think of how long it took to, think about all the manpower that goes into, that it took to establish the railroad system, right? All the iron, the manpower, the work hours and all that. What they call that in Indiana, they say it's a term they got for like Indiana or the Midwest or
You
something
talking
like
the
that.
crossroads of
The crossroads of America.
Yeah.
That's because all the fucking railroad tracks and all that, they all link up right there.
Mm.
You know,
It's a big junction.
a big junction. You know what I'm saying? So in 1 hour, all that's gonna be totally forgotten and destroyed, man.
Man.
Letting you know that the Lord is pissed off. You know, like if you had a if which everything is recorded, but imagine if you can put on a teleprompter when they first started laying down tracks and all that. Yep, welcome to Indiana, crossroads of America.
Mhm.
So if you can watch a time lapse of day and night, 24 hours of them laying down the whole railroad system, that would be a long ass video.
Yeah.
But just to think that in 1 hour, that shit's gonna be up in flames, done.
Mhm.
Showing you the fury of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And also, the chariots is gonna help assist with the destruction of the house of the thief.
You think about how many thousands of years it took for Esau to come into his fullness of his sufficiency. It just to be right when he's about to fill his belly.
Yep.
1 hour.
Yep. Hey, you about to take that bite, you know what I'm saying? Prep this whole meal, you about to take that bite. Esau, the fucking big ass scoop of macaroni and cheese. Some of it's falling on the
Big
shit.
old mouth.
Or some Italian, fat Italians that had the little shit on the little handkerchief. And, he taking a big ass scoop of spaghetti with a big ass meatball on there. He about to chomp down, spilling the spaghetti sauce all on the shit. And then, an angel comes, bow, smack out his hand. You know what I'm
Knock the whole
saying?
plate off the table.
Yeah, or smack it and the shit hit him all in the face and shit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine looking at that in slow motion. Man.
Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise
Yeah,
anymore.
the merchants of the earth being these other nations, man. That trade by what's it called, maritime admiralty trading, pretty much trading via water, which is why you have these big cargo containers, tricons, ships that it'd be a ship with a hella tricons stacked on top of it, coming from China or India or something, and they all come here to America to get off their product. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that Americans is gonna buy it.
Consumer nation.
The consumer nation.
Yeah, that's why I was just watching a movie last night called Kill the Irishman.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a longshoreman, and they had a crappy union rep, and he went in there, beat up, basically slapped the hell out of the union rep.
I seen that shit. Yeah,
And took over the union,
Yeah.
and then they started stealing stuff out of those cargo ships and selling it with the Wops or the Italians or whatever.
Yeah. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
It blew his ass up at the end, right?
Well, I don't think I finished it, but they tried to blow him up when he was driving. He said, "Oh, you gotta do more than that to get what's his name? Danny Green." He said, "You gotta do more than that to get Danny Green."
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like I didn't want
hey, spoiler alert, man.
I thought you finished the movie, man. My bad, bro.
It's all good. Verse 12: the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all the thine wood. Is that how you say it? Thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oils, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men.
Yeah, and this is all stuff that Esau stole, man. But you can get that from Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Some way, somehow. Jumping back here to Zechariah 5 in verse 3, I'll read that again. verse 4, excuse me, it says, I will bring it forth, it's like verse 3 again, excuse me. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So the church is a curse to the earth. You know, they're a blessing to the elected nation of Israel, but to the earth itself, because it's all kind of, all these nations are complicit with the oppression of the Israelites. All right, so the chariots showing up around the planet is a curse to the earth, right? It says, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And so Esau stole everything, all right, and also they swear on the Bible. You just had the inauguration where you had two demons, a female, and you know, I believe they're both Edomites.
Yeah.
I believe Kamala Harris is a terror, but they both, you know, had their hand either on the Bible or hovering over the Bible, because she put her purse up or whatever on top of the Bible. But that they swear on the scriptures, man. So that's a curse, you know, hey, straight out the gate. And they've been swearing on the Bible for every inauguration since this place was founded, you know.
Kamala Harris, didn't her bloodline go back to a slave owner, or was that?
Yeah, I believe so. It was yeah.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out. I read that and then I looked it up, and sure enough, her great grandfather on her father's side was a slave owner, Edomite. Mm-hmm. If that's really, you know, it was Wikipedia, but.
Verse 4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. So, like I said, through the Spirit, the angels is going to have a part, the church is going to have a part in destroying this place as well. You know.
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah, you got it.
Just on what you said about, you know, Esau, you know, everything he acquired, he stole, you know. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Just everything that Esau acquired, you know, the gold, the silver, us, the Israelites, they stole, man. You know, the land, you know, this land they took and they called it after their own names. You know, all the lands, okay, from North, Central, South America, Canada, the islands. You know, they called it after their own names. It's all stolen, and they're gonna have to pay for how they acquired it, and they're gonna have to give it all back. All of the commodities the brother was reading out. You know.
Oh man, that translation too. You know, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is of that which followeth, because you know Jacob held first the heel. So that translation is going to be a direct translation from Edom's kingdom into Jacob's kingdom. Mm-hmm. When Jacob's kingdom is the kingdom of heaven, and Edom's kingdom is hell.
Yes.
A condition of hell.
Like all the riches that these countries possess is you know, going to be transferred to us. Like it goes into, I believe that's Isaiah 60, and it mentions, you know, kings and nursing fathers and mothers or whatever, and so on and so forth. Like even I remember Apostle Tuhar did a video where he mentioned the gold and the silver that these elites got stored up. That's the same gold and silver, even though it might have been melted down and put in the form of bullion, you know, gold bars or whatever. That's the same gold from ancient empires, you know, which at one time we had that gold. So that gold is simply going to be transferred over to us. Like imagine when they found Saddam Hussein down there with all that damn money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that money was transferred to whoever you know whoever found him, you know, was taking large sums of
Jewels,
you know what I'm saying, pocketing some shit, you know. Even when they sacked his palace and whatnot, mm-hmm. They was in there taking all kind of shit. They old school videos, they was taking everything, just free fall. Whoever the soldiers who and that's crazy too, because in the scriptures there's accounts in the scriptures when you know certain sack the town and you just take what you want.
Women and all of it.
Yes, sometimes it was you can't take nothing, but in certain times, in certain instances, you know, hey, you have at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's gonna happen again in favor of the Israelites.
Well, it's crazy you said that because as you're saying that, what's the scripture I was thinking about? Oh, they shall gather it. Oh, you got it. Okay. But going into what happened over there in what is that? Iraq, Baghdad? Is that where his?
I believe so. It was back there.
Man, my brother was there. He got a picture of him sitting on Saddam's throne, and he brought us back a hookah from Saddam's room.
Oh shit!
I got a hookah from Saddam Hussein's fucking room. Not that I'd ever use that motherfucker, but it's just crazy. Like you're right, man. They was in there literally doing that. And that's living proof.
Yeah.
My brother, he was doing that.
This is Job chapter 27, verse 16. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
Yeah, right. Hey, the just is gonna put it on, and the innocent is gonna divide the silver. Being the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? So it belongs to us anyway.
Start with the elect.
Yeah, start with the elect, like the brother said. I got a quick precept. This is Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. It says, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, and to go by day and night. And he took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people." So, you know, hey, in the times coming, you know, we could very well find ourselves, you know, like the scripture says, as pillars upon the earth. And the Lord can have it to where, you know, he'll have a chariot, you know, directing us, you know, where to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Esau got everything boarded up or you know, cut off or whatever. You might be in the wilderness, and the Lord have a chariot, just like in the ancient world, directing us, you know, the path He wants us to take, just to be able to escape Esau. You know, it could be Esau fucking couple miles, you know, to the left or the right or north, south, east, or west or whatever, and because you follow in the chariot, it keeps you just, you know, away from Esau's clutches, you know.
Isn't that how they got to Yahushua when he was born? Wasn't there a chariot hovering him?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got something?
Oh yeah, this is Sirach chapter 36, verse 5. It says, "And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power, but only thou, O Yahweh Bashim Shai. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm," which the right hand and the right arm represents power. You know. So it says, that they may set forth thy wondrous works, raise up indignation. Oh, and that in and of itself, just the world witnessing the elect being up in the chariot or in the chariots, okay? Because like the apostle said, it could be one chariot, you know, Yahushua beaming up the elect up in one chariot, you know. But that in and of itself is going to be a wondrous work, because people are going to be in amazement. They're going to be in awe by seeing that account, man.
You know what's crazy is, like, you know, like, hey, the Most High's thoughts is far above ours. You know, it could be so far out to where, you know, there's you got the fathership, which covers the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? And then you have like little ships, other ships just scattered all over the place, beaming up the elect wherever they're at. and as soon as you get beamed up into that little ship, you appear in the father ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're getting beamed up into this little ship, but once you're in the little ship, you're really in the father ship. Like who knows how it, you know, but you know it just hey, the Most High is far out, man. You know.
Quick brief.
Oh, yeah.
Psalm 68 and 17, the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place.
Letting you know that the angels travel in the chariots. All right, the chariots are simply the vehicles that the angels travel in.
Yeah.
You know.
And you, I brought this out because you said, you know, he was gonna let the angels get some too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Hey, like the brother mentioned, that Daniel 12.
Yeah.
You know, Michael and the angels gonna fight.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What's that? Second Ezra. So was that 3 or 7? We're going. Nothing shall be perceived with dust and smell of smoke.
What 2? I think so. Select.
I'll find it.
Okay. Yeah. It says second. Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 7. It says, "Raise up indignation and pour out," which indignation is righteous anger. Okay. It says, "And pour out wrath. Take away the adversary," talking about Esau, "and destroy the enemy." Okay. Once again, talking about Esau. "Make the time short. Hasten the day. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people." See, so the Lord's coming back to deliver us from our oppressor, man. Okay, deliver us from Esau, from the hands of Esau, from all the snares Esau's setting up. Because that's what Esau's doing right now. He's making his moves. He's like, okay, let me put troops over here. Let me put a satellite over here. So if niggas trying to go out this way, we know where they at. We can come get them, you know. And let's get these vaccines in order. Let's put the legislations out, you know. Let's get the mark of the beast, the RFID chip in order. You know, the legislations for that, you know. Because remember, Biden told Justice Roberts that he's gonna have to rule on people being implanted with the RFID chip. Now you got this dude in office. You got Justice Roberts still at the helm of the justice system, you know. So everything is in place for Esau to make his moves, and he's prepared to make his moves against us, man, against the Israelites, man, you know. But he really wants the men of the Lord, you know. Pursuant to 2 Ezra 16, there should be an insurrection against those that fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know. But the Most High is going to have Esau fall into his own trap, you know.
I got that. Was you holding something?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 13, and 1. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." Like you mentioned the angels, right? "And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." And we was reading earlier, or talking about, you know, these people being perplexed or being, you know, just bugged out, not knowing what's going on. Yeah. Verse 4, "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire." So you take a tree, you know, some bark or some wood or leaves or something. That's all from the earth. You know what I'm saying? They feel the fire. It stands no chance.
Double.
And people is gonna be in that situation, man. That's scary, man.
What the Lord say, chaff before the.
Verse 5, it says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea," which is space. The Lord's coming from another realm.
And that's all those armies. Like when Ronald Reagan, he confronted the UN, and he said if there was a threat, an outside threat that came into the earth, won't we all come together and fight against it? You know. So, and they said Reagan, he was reading the scriptures. He knew about the Apocrypha. You know, he was into the prophecies, man. You know, so he knows about them Edomites, the upper echelon Edomites. They know about Yahweh Shah returning, okay, and them turning to fight against the Lord. You know.
Yeah, it was known as Star Wars then. It's called Space Force now.
Okay. Verse 6, it says, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not." You know, the cherry being so big, you know, you would think that a mountain or some region of the earth was, excavated from the earth itself and was just flying in the sky, you know. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And it said in verse 9, the violence of the multitude that came. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have fighter pilots scared shitless, but got adrenaline pumping through their body because of a bump they took, or what some shit to give them some courage, or some chemical that probably in that gas mask that they don't know about that that they gonna be breathing.
Or that chip.
Yeah, or the chip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like breathing this Jesus liquid, or Jesus juice, or Jesus gas. To give them just how like in Vietnam, they was getting them LSD and shit. You know what I'm saying? And had them up like zombies. Like ain't no telling what Esau, man.
Right.
Yeah, so they're gonna be coming with that violence, but it's to no avail.
Or if I could say like that chip gonna turn people into robots. So them soldiers gonna have that RFID chip. So that right there could be them having the Most High giving them the spirit to fight against the Lord.
Shit, even that Maxine, putting that extra, pretty much rewriting your DNA. They got the super soldiers that they over in France that they was talking about, taking away the